10. Secrets and Mysteries. Secret cults and orders. Claims that secret societies and orders influence world events have always existed. To those who adhere to conspiracy theories, the purpose of these secret societies is to bring about a new world order. The Skull and Bones. The Skull and Bones is an undergraduate secret society at the prestigious Yale University in Connecticut. Established in 1832, the original purpose of the Skull and Bones was to offer selected senior students of Yale University membership, which would provide them with special privileges. The elaborate mythology, rituals, and secret activities all had just one aim: to create a tight-knit brotherhood. The society remained exclusively male until 1992. But what purpose do their mysterious meetings and coded messages serve? Some symbols associated with the club give people pause. Some speculate that they're linked to the Nazi tenets of Adolf Hitler. Powerful and important figures have been Skull and Bones members, from former American presidents William Howard Taft and George W. Bush to highly placed individuals in intelligence agencies and the financial sector. Skull and Bones members feature in and have influenced a whole range of historical events. It's even been alleged that members of the Skull and Bones Society were behind the plot to assassinate John F. Kennedy in Dallas in 1963.
Certainly, the shots came from more than one direction. There had to be a conspiracy. The fatal headshot came from the front, entered the right temporal area, blew out the back of the president's head.
The decision to drop the atom bomb on Hiroshima at the end of World War II can apparently also be linked to the Skull and Bones. Journalists that have come close to the Skull and Bones Society claim that the main aim of the organization is to put as many of its people as possible into the very highest positions of power. Freemasons. The roots of the Freemasons possibly reach back all the way to antiquity, although the first Grand Lodge was not established until 1717, when 4 guild groups of London masons and builders joined together. Modern Freemasonry is surrounded by an aura of elitism, mysterious rituals, and conspiracy theories. The official aim of this mysterious association was to educate and enlighten. However, unofficially, it was rumoured that the Freemasons aimed to destroy religion and establish a new totalitarian order. According to some conspiracy theories, Freemasons were behind the French Revolution at the end of the 18th century, the unleashing of World War I, and the sinking of the Titanic. To become a member of the Freemasons, one has to undergo a complicated initiation ritual, which most applicants don't pass. However, many important public figures managed to become members. For example, President Franklin D. Roosevelt, magician Harry Houdini, and composer Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart were all members of the Freemasons. According to several researchers, there are many themes from the Freemason philosophy in Mozart's opera, The Magic Flute. Today, the Freemasons no longer keep their existence a secret. It's a well-known organization with its seat in London and many individual lodges all over the world. Although the Freemasons themselves claim they are mainly involved in charity and philanthropy, conspiracy theorists are convinced that the Freemasons actively intervene in world affairs to this day. Thule and Vril.
With the regular army, men of the Landwehr are now trying to fill the gaps torn.
It's a well-known fact that many of the Nazi leaders in Germany, including Adolf Hitler himself, were very interested in ancient mythology and occultism. They believed esoteric secret weapons would help the Third Reich achieve victory. Thule and Vril, two secret societies linked to the Nazi ideology, underpinned these beliefs and inspired the Nazi leadership. The occult society Thule was established in 1918. The members of the society studied the origins of Germanic culture and searched for evidence of the origin of the Aryan race, the legendary ancient ancestors of the Germans. The activities of the society included rituals, the evocation of ancient divinities, and a search for the Black Sun, a source of immeasurable energy that would give Germany enormous power. Rudolf Hess, Hitler's right-hand man at the beginning of World War II, was a member of Thule. The members of the Vril Society, another secret organization closely associated with Nazi ideology, were also preoccupied with the study of the Aryan race. Their activities were even more focused on the search for secret weapons, particularly the production of a gigantic flying device that would have a direct military application, but would also be able to travel into space. They saw themselves as godlike super beings. Research has revealed that the Nazis did in fact try to build many secret weapons, including flying saucers. The boldest theories claim that the Nazis actually managed to construct a vessel in which they flew into space. Another theory claims that the United States continued this line of research. Some people are convinced that both the Thule and Vril societies still exist to this day. The Bullingdon Club. Oxford University, one of the oldest universities in the world, is home to the Bullingdon Club, which has been in existence for more than 200 years. The all-male Bullingdon Club is noted for its wealthy members, boisterous and carefully guarded rituals, and initiation procedures. These are allegedly extremely humiliating and brutal.
500
After numerous acts of alcohol-induced disorderly conduct, for which none of its members have ever been punished, the club is now unofficial and its members meet in secret. Aside from that, the club has always had a front of elegant social events, extensive involvement in charity and various sporting activities, including horse racing and cricket. However, no one really knows what its main activities are. It's common knowledge that the Bullingdon Club has very strong ties to current British politics. Contemporary members include the former Prime Minister David Cameron and his fellow Conservative politicians Boris Johnson and George Osborne.
Europe is losing ground to the rest of the world, and the people who pay for the price are our citizens. 1/5 of young people in the European Union cannot get a job. US companies can get new products licensed and to market within days. It can take weeks or months in Europe.
In spite of the conspiracy theories, it's not known whether the club has a long-term goal as to how it wants to influence British politics. Former members, who are current public figures, state that its sole purpose is debauchery and boisterous behaviour at university. But there are few venues in Oxford that will host their events, and the club is not officially recognised by the university. The Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. Interest in esotericism and occultism grew rapidly in the second half of the 19th century. Probably the most famous occult association, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, was established in London in 1888 by 3 Freemasons, who'd already been members of Masonic lodges and the Rosicrucian Society. The Golden Dawn had a hierarchy and initiation similar to the Masonic lodges, and it incorporated the secret wisdom of the legendary Rosicrucian movement, whose members included alchemists and writers, among them William Shakespeare. The founding members of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn all had a common interest in magic and came from the higher echelons of society. Many were politicians or leading figures in the arts. At their meetings, they engaged in discussions and also performed various magic rituals aimed at conjuring up demons or spirits from another world. The highest beings that allegedly communicated with members of the organization were called secret leaders. They passed their secret wisdom on to the order's top officials and told them what the order should focus on. Although the official aim of the order was to bring about the so-called white light of the Holy Ghost, many people today still suspect that the order was more interested in black magic and Satanism. The most famous members of the movement included the writers William Butler Yeats, Oscar Wilde, and Bram Stoker. It's said that during Golden Dawn rituals, it was Stoker who tried to summon up the ghost of Vlad the Impaler, a nobleman from Transylvania who inspired his character Dracula. After several years of disputes, the order fell apart. However, some conspiracy theorists think this was just a ruse and believe that the order continues to function in secret. The Knights Templar. Observing discipline and obedience, living in a community without women and children, without personal possessions, in the spirit of unity and belief in God, strict reticence and loyalty to the Grand Master and other superiors. Such was life in the famous Order of the Knights Templar, at least in the beginning. The Order of the Knights Templar, established in 1120, was initially a rather poor order of knights that guarded pilgrims visiting holy sites and the newly conquered Jerusalem. Soon, however, the Knights Templar became the main fighting force of the Crusaders in the Holy Land, and a mysterious organization with its own temples, rituals, and financial system. Critics of the Knights Templar are convinced that they worship the powers of hell rather than God. According to conspiracy theorists, the Templars performed ritual sacrifices and carried out assassinations and tried to influence major events across medieval Europe. Perhaps it was this that led to their downfall. In 1312, out of fear of the Templars' rising power, the order was dissolved. However, according to many researchers, this was not the definitive end of the Knights Templar. Many Templars allegedly continued to meet in secret and established organizations, passing on the Templar legacy to future generations. After the order was dissolved, many Templars escaped to England and Scotland. Some people believe that they brought a large part of their accumulated treasure with them, including some important Christian artifacts, such as the Holy Grail and the Ark of the Covenant. One popular theory has it that the Templars later hid their treasure, including the aforementioned artifacts, in Scotland, at the site where the Rosslyn Chapel was later built. There's another theory, however. The treasure could have been moved to the Canadian province of Nova Scotia by the first settlers, who were the descendants of the Templars. Could these legendary treasures still be out there somewhere? The Illuminati. It's generally believed that the association known as the Illuminati was established in 1776 in Bavaria by the German philosopher Adam Weishaupt. His chief aim was the education and general enlightenment of society. However, Weishaupt's organization soon became a thorn in the side of the authorities. The Illuminati were gradually banned all over Europe, which sparked the conspiracy theory that the Illuminati is a secret organization that strives to gain power over the whole world. Now, 240 years later, it's not clear what the purpose of the Illuminati is. Is it a united organization with its own leadership and program, or several individual and mutually independent groups? Those who say it's a worldwide organization are also convinced that it has sinister designs. Supposedly, the Illuminati are everywhere. In the American government, in the United Nations, in leading positions of multinational corporations. They're allegedly the owners of the biggest banking institutions. They control the music and media business, as well as other important industries. Many people scoff at the idea of an Illuminati conspiracy. It would require an unbelievably sophisticated system of concealment, which today would be almost impossible to manage and maintain. But conspiracy theorists think otherwise. They claim that the existence of the Illuminati is covered up by the media, and that a range of famous people are members, including former US President Barack Obama, Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg, and Irish singer Bono. These men, and thousands of others, are supposedly working to create the New World Order, a totalitarian system of obedient masses ruled by a small group of powerful elites. Is this theory pure fiction, or is there some element of truth in it? The Bilderberg Group. Every year, the world's elite meet in one place, often a luxurious European hotel. For 4 days, they debate and address world problems. This group of powerful people is known as the Bilderberg Group. The first official meeting of this group took place in 1954 at the Bilderberg Hotel in the Netherlands. The name of the hotel soon came to signify the group itself, one of the most mysterious and intriguing associations in history. No other organization is mentioned so frequently by journalists, but with so little factual information available. Because the group's meetings are held in strictest secrecy, it's been speculated that the future of the world is being decided behind closed doors. The official statement from the Bilderberg Group tells a different story, however. They say that the purpose of the annual meetings of leading economists, politicians and scientists is to discuss the current challenges facing the world. But according to one theory, the recent subprime mortgage crisis and subsequent economic crisis was actually planned by the Bilderberg Group. Apart from several US presidents spotted at the group's meetings, members have included Microsoft founder Bill Gates and the former British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher. In 1973, the German politician Helmut Schmidt was invited to the Bilderberg Conference. A year later, he became the Chancellor of Germany.
The decision has been taken right now. We think it's a wise one, politically, diplomatically, and the framework of our common desire for arms limitation. And there is no need now to take any decision on principle or basic decision.
This was unlikely to have been a coincidence, as the same thing has happened to several other eminent individuals.
Because she led Germany's day-long celebration.
The Club of Rome. It's 1968, and Europe is engulfed in social, economic and political turmoil. In the Italian town of Bellagio, at the seat of the rich Rockefeller family, a group of people, including scientists from all around the world, meet to establish an organization to deal with man-made dangers facing the world. The group, which came to be known as the Club of Rome, has a limited number of members, 100 to be exact, and consists of only the most elite figures. It's said that members of the club have included former Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev, former US President Bill Clinton, and former Vice President and global warming activist Al Gore.
The most powerful voice is that of Mother Nature. And when people see in their own lives the kind of consequences that the scientists have long been warning us about, it does materially change the way people feel.
It wasn't long before the club started revealing the results of its work. In 1972, it published a study in which it warned of the uncontrolled population boom that would lead to the complete devastation of our planet. Conspiracy theorists are convinced that the club is constantly trying to lower the world's population and disrupt social order. According to the most colourful theories, the club is even responsible for natural disasters. The only thing that's certain is that the Club of Rome truly exists, and that its members are relatively active, even in public. But is the club really prepared to use all means necessary to achieve its goals? Opus Dei. Many people only learned about Opus Dei, a mysterious Roman Catholic organization, a few years ago when it was accused of holding people prisoner during a legal dispute in Paris. However, the charges were dismissed and the true nature of Opus Dei remains unknown. Opus Dei was established in 1928 in Spain as a Catholic organization subordinate only to the Pope himself. It teaches that work and the conduct of everyday life are opportunities to grow closer to God. However, the American writer Dan Brown claims in his novel The Da Vinci Code that Opus Dei is a criminal association behind a large-scale plot to guard some embarrassing secrets of the Catholic Church. While the novel is fictional, it does raise an interesting theory.
He refers also repeatedly to Silas, this albino assassin, as a monk, the Opus Dei monk. Now, a person who refers to an Opus Dei monk either doesn't know what monks are or doesn't know what Opus Dei is.
You can see I'm not an albino. The fictional Silas is albino. I am not a monk. I don't live at the headquarters of Opus Dei. I have a wife and children.
Some researchers go even further. According to them, Opus Dei is an extremist right-wing organization. They point to the fact that important figures in the organization were and are active in far-right governments. When the fascist dictator Francisco Franco governed Spain, Catholicism was proclaimed the official religion of the state, and Opus Dei reportedly became something of an intelligence agency. However, critics say that Opus Dei is a dangerous cult with strange rituals and a strict hierarchy, involved in many scandals, including holding children prisoner and brainwashing them. Furthermore, many people speculate that Opus Dei is linked to various criminal organizations, or even that it aims to take over the world. Secret cults and orders. The list of secret societies that are supposedly trying to gain power and influence world events is a long and colourful one. Some of these societies have been hiding in the shadows for decades, even centuries, while others have revealed themselves, presenting themselves as a charity or an educational organization. You will have to decide for yourself whether this is the truth or a carefully calculated facade.